If you are current with this season of The Mandalorian, but aren't a Star Wars superfan, you may still have questions about the kick-ass debut of Katie Sackhoff's Bo-Katan Kryze. To casual fans, her introduction in Mando may have been surprising and mysterious, but for scholars of Star Wars, seeing this character in live-action form was more like a religious experience. This is mostly due to the fact that we like to spoil nice things, and have been zeroed in on Katie playing the live-action Bo-Katan for months, so seeing the payoff in the Heiress was zen-like to say the least. This is because Bo has actually been a pretty important Star Wars character for quite some time, at least in the animated universe, and for Mandalorian lore in general. Let's just say she's been in Death Watch, aided Darth Maul in the takeover of Mandalore, and then ultimately became its ruler in her sister's place. So her journey is a dynamic one so far and full of implications for what we are seeing play out in The Mandalorian. Due to her inclusion in The Mandalorian, and the fact that most casual fans have no idea about her past, I was asked to whip up a mandatory Bo-Katan in animated Star Wars episodes watch list, so Bo noobs could get learned on her roots, which now have direct ties to events taking place in this season of The Mandalorian. This list will be embedded in this video's description for posterity, by the way. Okay. The following watch list stems from episodes of The Clone Wars, which is where Bo-Katan first appeared, and Star Wars Rebels, which is where she is left with the Darksaber to rule Mandalore during the reign of the Empire. This is the same iconic weapon she, Casca, and Axe were searching for in The Heiress, as well as the blade we saw Gideon with at the end of The Mandalorian's first season. So this is why getting some more knowledge on it and Bo will only help your Mando viewing going forward. Bo's journey began in the Clone Wars, but before her first appearance, I recommend watching the Mandalore plot, which is S2E12 of the Clone Wars. This episode offers up the first appearance of the Darksaber in Star Wars canon, and also will fill you in on Death Watch, the faction of Blue Mandos who saved in during Season 1 of the Mando, in the same group that the Child of the Watch cult stemmed from. You know, the helmet always on, this is the way crowd. Alright, so after that episode, the rest are all Bo-Katan centric. So her first appearance happens in A Friend in Need, which is S4E14. This episode features Death Watch, of which Bo is a member of, dealing with a Republic senator and furthers the whole TCW Mandalore plot in general. This is also the first time Bo meets Ahsoka Tano, the name she gave to Din in The Heiress. Up next is Eminence, which is S5E14. In this episode, Bo is still with Death Watch, and she and others were the ones responsible for finding Maul and Savage Opress in an escape pod. Whoopsie! Should have left them to die, Bo! Bo makes her next appearance in Shades of Reason, which is S5E15. In this episode, she and her Night Owl faction from Death Watch aid Maul and Pre Vizsla in the takeover of Mandalore, which results in the imprisonment of her sister, the Duchess Satine, who is rolling over normal Mandalorians, and not the martial roots Death Watch faction. This is the episode that she finally wises up on Maul's shenanigans thanks to him winning the Darksaber in a duel with Pre Vizsla, but I'll let you all watch how the full story plays out. As you may tell, we are in the middle of a TCW arc here, because Bo shows up again in The Lawless, which is S5E16. In this episode, Bo tries to atone for her past and helps to break out her sister Satine, who in turn calls her lover boy Kenobi for help. Unfortunately, Maul kills Satine in front of Bo and Kenobi, which only strengthens Bo's resolve to undo the damage she wrought on Mandalore by helping Maul come to power. We don't see her again until the Clone Wars' excellent final season. Bo returned to the Clone Wars in Dangerous Debt, which is S7E7. Quite frankly, she shows up in episodes 8, 9, and 10, and 11. These episodes are a part of the Siege of Mandalore arc from the final season of the show, so E7 starts with Bo and her Night Owls tracking down Ahsoka Tano to get her help to finally expel Maul from Mandalore, where he is still ruling, even after Sidious kicked his ass and killed his bro Savage. S7E8 is where Bo reveals herself to Ahsoka and convinces her to help her cause on Mandalore. And then S7E9 through 11, Bo, with Ahsoka and the 330 Seconds help, defeat Maul and his super commandos, so Bo finally atoned for her sins as a member of Death Watch. Bo-Katan doesn't return to the scene until the final season of Star Wars Rebels, but before you watch her episode, I suggest checking out the following episodes of Rebels because they directly feature Darksaber lore, which in turn ties back into current events in The Mandalorian and Gideon's possession of it, in addition to Bo's mission to get it back so she can rule Mandalore again. The episodes are Visions and Voices, which is S3E11 of Rebels, Trials of the Darksaber, which is S3E15, and Legacy of Mandalore, which is S3E16. Alright, with those out of the way, you can tune into Bo's final animated appearance, at least in chronological order, and that is in Heroes of Mandalore, which is S4E1 of Star Wars Rebels. This episode is huge as it ties directly into what is going on in The Mandalorian with the character of Bo, the Darksaber, and Moff Gideon's possession of it. By the end of this episode, Bo is given the Darksaber by Sabine Wren, making her the ruler of Mandalore, just like her sister Satine before her. But as we found out in the last season of The Mandalorian, Moff Gideon now has possession of it. So the reason live-action Bo showed up in the Heiress is to hopefully explain once and for all how Bo lost the Darksaber to Gideon, and ultimately how she may get it back to try and unite Mandalore once and for all. There you have it, my Star Wars students. If you watch all those episodes of the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, you will be about as Bo-Katan lore correct as it gets. So leave a like and a comment on this video, and then get to finding out why live-action Bo-Katan is such an awesome narrative thread to be taking place on The Mandalorian. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subbing to our YouTube channel. We'd also love for you to join in with our weekly Star Wars podcast, so use the links in this video's description or head to StarWarsTime.net to subscribe to the platform of your choice. There's always time for Star Wars time, and remember, if you listen to the Star Wars Time show, the Force will be with you, always.